Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Allen Fans. Hopefully, everybody can hear me. You guys can hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. Just making sure my mic's working. All right. Well, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining Allen Fans tonight. I see some of the fans are already are ready to go. We see someone here saying that Salah top five, but I would give Benzema. All right. Already going off with the caption, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. When he says he top three, but Anjali said Benzema number one. Anjali says, yeah, I was just going to skate it to three as well. We got some people here. Charissa saying good night to you as well. All right. And Julia said, no sleepover tonight.
Wow.
No comment in that one. All right. And Amit just says, night, fellas. I said, wait. Shock show in the mud. No shock part, no shock in the party. No, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Shock. But yeah, big ups to everybody, all that support Island fans. Don't forget, you can still share this video and WhatsApp. I think is back up and running, right, first?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good. So you can share this video and let everyone know that we are live. They can come on, they can comment, they can share, and especially subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Munchie in the building telling us Foden is top five. Yes, indeed.
For then, the play one game for the season.
Okay, we see some people having some difference in opinion as well concerning that. Weeks in the building say that. I say night, good night to you. Julie's asking the question: top five what? That's a good question there. Maybe Munchie can answer for you what he meant by that. But before we get into what we're going to talk about tonight, let's just briefly touch and celebrate in the fact that yeah, actually, I said, let's talk about fantasy. All right, the fantasy league is going, and belongs to Netflix and Chilwell. He has, as soon as a he, I think it's a he. He's
Yeah,
extended
it's a
his
he.
lead. Is he good? He's extended his lead at the top, and so now he's firmly sitting, I think, nearly 50 points ahead of second place where Suka is. But it's getting real close there in terms of that because we see he has 506 points, and then Sukwa has 466. So that's just like what, 40 points? Yeah, 40 points is a 40-point difference there, and after that, two and three and third, it's pretty tight. It's just 6 points behind Sukwa. Shaq is 4 points behind of me, and big ups to Christoph. He's made the top five. He's 4 points, be 1 point behind the Shaq, just 1 point, and it gets real tight after that. So two through like about 10 is really tight. So it's getting interesting there, at least for the number two spot. But we'll see how that goes. All right. And we see again in the chat people talking about it. Julius says top five youngster in the league. Maybe that's what they're talking about. You know, Julie here already starting the trolling.
Yo,
Martial
stats. Yo, I was saving
one.
that for later, dog. Come on, dog. Come on, dog.
Already dead. And Moy, I think you dropped down from 35th. Did you, bro? I'm not entirely sure. You were
Yeah,
lower
I
than
think
than
that
you used to be.
37 or something like that, boy.
Yeah, somebody think took your 35th spot. Who's Memphis?
I don't even know who that. Lord of
I
mercy.
think it's I think it's
Memphis,
Memphis.
Memphis closer to me again.
Wow. Yo, last week is just one of them weeks when nothing happened that was supposed to happen.
Literally, it was a rough time. But big ups to Dro, Mama mentality. He's moved up into the 20s. The man was right. The man say, one man always say quote that verse. What you say?
Race is
The
not for
race
the
is
swift.
not for the swift. Yeah, so he's in 28th, and yeah, he's doing well. But Munchie's going strong. Munchie and Skill, by the way, they're in 11th and 12th doing their thing. So big ups to well as well too. O'Neill says my fantasy stink. Yeah, O'Neill, you were going so hot in the early days, and you dropped down to ninth, man. So maybe we need to rethink your strategy. Maybe we need to rethink your strategy. All right. Weeks is saying if I join that league, everyone dead. Well then,
Wouldn't he
join.
be in last? Does he have a team?
Probably join if you want to join. If you have a team, join. Let's see how well you do. All right. Okay. Reese is saying he's the best set piece taker in the building. I guess he is. I don't know about that.
I
All
guess
right.
whichever building he in.
Right.
That's for real. But so that's that, and we see more people adding to our league. Our league is up to 57. It's going to turn 58 soon. So I don't know why more people are adding. Some of them fellas are doing it for fun, probably. And a couple people said they're going to pass me soon. Like, I guess we will see in due time. But let's get right into don't forget, of course, if you want to join the fantasy, that's the fantasy code. And as I always say, there'll be a prize at the end of the season for the winner. So let's keep on battling and see if we can catch up to Netflix and chill. 40 points, it's doable. One good game week, it's possible. More you can make top five in 2-3 weeks. You never know. Just a couple of good game weeks.
What a 300 point weekend.
Yeah. Then you win in the world probably. Oh man, but we'll see. We'll see. So don't forget that, guys. And of course, as I always said, don't forget to like this video, share, and if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. If you know somebody that loves sports or there's somebody that loves Salah, just tell them to like this video and tell them to subscribe. All right. So we see you near here, Josh. Yes, I'm trying, man. I'm trying, bro. I am trying. Okay. All right. So best goal of the weekend. I think that's obvious, isn't it? I think that's obvious, right, fellas? Salah's goal, I would assume. Or we want to
Mm-hmm.
try somebody else's goal in there because that was Messi-esque. Any other honorable mentions in there? Anybody? Any other honorable mentions? None? Martial's goal was pretty good.
That's no, it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't. You cannot do this. Whatever. I'm trying to help the guy out here, man. I've been trying a lot of hate towards him lately. Let's see. Phil Foden's goal, yeah. That's mentioned in the chat too. That
It was
was
Munchie.
well placed. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Someone here named Shaq fanboy, whoever that is. We got a few fanboys in the chat, but a couple other people said that. But yeah, that is considered in the way he placed it in the corner. It was well placed goal, But as I say, I've seen that goal already. But anyway, Martial goal was good. Gets out Memphis. Oh wow,
It
okay.
was deflected.
All right, but I guess Salah's goal was the best goal. So big ups to that. Um, Let me see. Best game of the weekend. I think this one's obvious too. The 2-2 was the best game. I mean, after the first half and then the second half, they just came out flying, goal, goal, all the goals in a short space of time. That made it interesting, And of course, the way it nearly ended, either team could have won towards the end. You know, um, that was just that, and especially that block. Oh, Mo, I thought you talked to us. How you were feeling, man, towards the end of the game? You know, throughout the second half. I mean, there's some videos floating around in social media of you being very animated.
Yeah.
Talk to us how you feel about that.
Um, it was a bunch of mixed emotions. I don't think I have felt that kind of emotion watching a football game in a long time because it was up and down, especially after the game became 2-2. Like the last 10 minutes of the game, it was like a point. City was attacking and then he lost the ball and Liverpool went at us again and it was back and forth, with those counter attacks. And it was crazy. It was a bunch of mixed emotions. My heart was racing very quickly, I must say.
Hmm. So when Fabinho had the ball at the edge of the area and he looked like he was going to score, how you feeling?
I remember the play. I saw it and I just saw the ball land right at Fabinho's foot. And I just looked up and I saw an empty net. And then when I realized he didn't score, it was such a big sigh of relief. It was such great relief.
Yeah, boy, big ups to Rodri, boy. That was, in my opinion, that was probably the play of the game. I mean, Salah's own was amazing, Foden was amazing, but Rodri saved the game. All right. A couple people here. Munchie saying, when you want to watch quality football, watch Man City. Okay. All right. I'm tired of Oli man. Get that guy out. Ooh, okay. Julie says, no United fan. Look at that. I think we're gonna look. I think we're gonna look at any of those two teams. Okay, all right. I mean, he's like, time is up. Give me Conte or Zidane. Okay, all right.
Conte or Zidane?
Yeah, those are the options people are giving these days, man.
That's been
I
wild.
I thought Foden would have bagged the chance when Bernardo went through the field. Yeah, a lot of people thought so too. It was a beautiful, beautiful play by Bernardo. Like he had people spinning. He kept the ball
People
well.
are Van Dyke.
All right, we're calling names now. But somebody was telling me that Van Dyke and Diaz both took the knee that day too. So, I know they were on Maguire's case the other day, but they man doing the same too. With the great defenders. Julius like he lost me at Conte.
Yeah,
Okay,
check.
well, Conte's one more than Ali though, so I'll give him that. All right. Bartley here saying night fellas, big ups to you as well. All right, and yeah, anybody other than that Ollie dude, you got Ollie Alter in here, strong Ollie Alter in here. All right, player of the weekend, player of the weekend. Anybody who in your mind just want to give it to Salah, Foden, Rodri, who else? Anybody else in
Um,
this? I can't think
I'd,
of
I'd,
anybody else.
I'd, I'm tempted to give it to Werner just because I feel like he decided that, yeah, I must score today, no matter what. Because he
Yeah,
kept
man.
trying
Mm,
and trying. He had one in the net and he got pulled back for something. I don't even think that was a foul, but So I'll give it
oh,
to Werner.
okay. All right, you give it to Rena. In the chat, they say here, one person said Philip Foden. All right, so that's that. And McCartney saying here, if you can keep up these kind of performances, then Oli in.
No, not
Okay,
Spurs, he back.
apparently, we got a lot of Fodens in the chat. We have here a Foden, then we have here Salah impress this game. Okay, shock. I mean, a shock. More, who's your player of the game? Player of the week.
I mean, if it's like an argument between Foden and Salah, I would tend to give Foden because Foden showed up for the first half and the second half. You
Mm,
know, whereas we saw Salah rose to providence in the second half. But I would give Salah Foden based on that. What the other games? There's a couple other players around in the other games that had some noteworthy performances. Werner, he got a couple goals called off. He finally, hit that goal. I mean, Hoiberg managed to put one in, get
yeah,
Tottenham. Yeah,
yeah, right.
it's
Yeah.
different. It's different players. I don't think I have an outright choice this week.
What about Huang He Chan? Remember me? I
Van
scored two
Dyke,
goals
best
this
friend.
weekend. I scored
Oh,
two goals this weekend. And I give everybody fantasy. Everybody put Huang He Chan in your fantasy from now on. He's on a hot
Oh boy,
streak. All
here we
right.
go with the mind games again.
All right. Jaleel is saying he was good. Even the pass from Mane was world class as well. Yeah. He's not known for that, but he did that. He did
oh,
that pretty
sorry.
well. It's a good pass. Foden was just destroying poor Milner out there, boy. Milner must have had nightmares after that,
Milner was
honestly.
supposed to get sent
So,
off.
yeah,
Referee
and that's
them
something we're
teeth
going to
speak.
talk about.
No, lie.
We'll get to that in a second. So, team of the weekend, guys. Who you say is the team of the weekend? Whew, got some good options there. We got some good
Brent
options.
Brentford.
Brentford.
Yeah, I give
Ooh,
Brentford this week.
okay. Brentford, yeah. They pulled off that last gap winner. Definitely 2-1 for them. What about Crystal Palace? They played well versus Leicester. No? Nah. No
What?
love there. Crystal Palace versus Leicester. Crystal Palace scored
Uh,
2 goals. No? What about
the,
Norwich keeping a clean sheet? Yeah. Big up to Norwich. Team of the weekend, man. Both
wow.
time. Both
Let's
is
not
it
get too
both time?
excited about Norwich.
All right, Shaq's fans are here. Everybody said Shaq in the building. Main
Lights
man
alive.
Shaq. Boy
I
Shaq.
work, I work
Shaq
like a
touched the
magic
thing.
little wild boy.
Oh, Shaq has some fans, boy. Definitely. But everybody know that the real eye catcher is Memphis. All right, so
Yo,
we'll
what
move on.
what what is wrong with y'all? Like,
All right, so let's get some
I
questions here,
agree.
guys. Let's get some questions just as we keep the show flowing. Um, yeah, first question to Memphis. You was Ollie
mm,
wrong to bench CR7? Was Ollie wrong to bench CR7?
uh, based on how the team was playing, I'd say no. On paper, yeah, but based on how the team came out and started performing, they were knocking the
Hmm.
ball around, attacking with fluidity.
Hmm.
So it was justified at that
Hmm.
moment in time.
Some United fans think that they should start CR7 with Cavani. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, I don't think it worked because you just have a bunch of people wanting to take shots, especially if Greenwood's in the mix. You just have a bunch of people shooting the ball instead of passing, so it
Okay,
wouldn't be
all right.
as fluid.
Wouldn't be as fluid. Is Martial back? You know, Martial, you're part of Martial FC. Is Martial back?
Well, he's looked better on the left than some people this season by not calling any names. So I guess he's better suited to be playing off the left than being the middleman.
Okay, good point. Akani says here, came for the football, stayed because of Memphis.
Yo, what is it? Yo,
All right, alrighty then. Julia says here, agreed Memphis again. He says here, based on how the team played, no. Okay, all right. So we see some opinions in that. Okay, let's move over to the Chelsea game. The Chelsea have they won their game 3-1. They got bouncing off of that loss. Shaq, talk to me. Will we see a better Timo now that the pressure is kind of off of him to score the goals? I think the pressure is on Lukaku, isn't it? Better Timo or the standard the same?
I mean, I think we're yet to see Timo Werner. So a better Timo is the I think is the Timo showing up because we haven't seen him yet.
Mm,
But I would agree with you that the pressure is off of him. Lukaku is now scoreless in how many games? I think it's a couple games now he's scoreless. He didn't score midweek. He didn't score against City. He didn't score weekend. At least about 3 games. So I think the pressure is on him. But yeah, we could see the new team. And I think, I think I said so a couple of weeks ago, that Timo can become Lukaku's Laturo Martinez. I think those two formed a really good partnership at Inter, and is that same kind of player. So I think that he
mm,
can benefit from Lukaku.
All right. Well, Chelsea fans hope he does because he was in a lot of the situations there where he should have scored. And if maybe he's not in his head so much, maybe he might do better. Suko has 4 games scoreless. It'd be interesting to find out what Tuchel thinks on this because maybe he might say that he may require his striker to do other things. And that's creating chances for the rest of the team. So well, we'll see how that works. All right. Um, Moy, talk to me. Let's talk Brentford. Brentford won their game. A last minute winner versus West Ham. How high can Brentford go? How high can they go? Give me like where you would place them at the end of the season. How high can they go?
I still think they will be fighting for relegation. This is just, the
Wow.
fairy tale part still. I really
Still,
think, yeah, I think so still.
mm,
No,
they're
I
currently
mean, it's,
seventh. They're currently seventh. They've only lost 1 game out of 7, and they've scored 10 goals in the process, more than Tottenham. Um, Better than Aston Villa, better than a lot of teams down there. Arsenal, Leicester, Crystal Palace. You saying they're eventually gonna die off? Is it?
yeah, I don't think they have what it takes to continue it and stay at toppers for long. I'm looking for them to prove me wrong. It will be fun to see. But if not, stay down here for fight for relegation. I give them at least um 14th, 15th at least.
Ooh, wow, that's really low there, bro. 14, 15. Okay, fair, fair. Anybody else agree? What you say, Memphis?
Yeah, I'd agree with 14, 15.
Wow. Okay, we got Batley here saying, I
You
think
agree
they'll finish in
14,
the top
15?
10.
Yeah, for Brentford, yeah.
Brentford
Okay.
14th, 15th. All right. Jaleel says mid-table for me. So we got some people here that actually believe,
Yeah, I'm thinking more mid-table. Thinking more
I think
mid-table, man.
I think the
Like
top 10 is
around
going to be the
12.
same as last season, just in a different order.
Hmm. Okay.
I think
So
around
you
11,
say
12,
that
man. I think we can go high.
the top 10 was City, United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Leicester, West Ham, Tottenham, Arsenal, Leeds, and Everton. That was the top 10.
Hmm.
So then who would
Leeds
they
may
displace?
struggle. Leeds may
Yeah,
struggle.
So then
yeah,
Aston
yeah.
Villa will take the spot. I don't think Brentford breaking in it. Aston Villa
Mm,
finished what, 11th?
they did. They finished 11th. Yes, they did. Okay. All right. So you think they've hit anything? So the possible people to come out, I would say, is Leeds and Everton. They came ninth and 10th. So Brentford couldn't displace any of those two.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Shots. Okay. Dan Skill in the building. Neil says, Shock the real G. All right. Apparently he is. Okay.
This time for
Um,
me.
all right. Neil says 12th for Brentford. Okay. All right. There we go. Shot question to you. Let's talk about Arsenal. All right. We got top of the league coming here. I don't know which. Oh, you're talking about the Premier League. It's not fantasy league for sure. You know, but
Shot fired. Shot fired.
I played. Playing my brother. Playing my brother. Okay, so Chuck, talk to me. Did Arsenal gain a point or did Brighton drop two?
I
Did
mean, both
Arsenal
are
gain a
correct.
point?
Both are
No,
correct.
you tell
I
me.
think that I think we dodged the bullet. To be honest, I think we dodged the bullet. Brighton were better on us on the day. I mean, they were better than us, but they weren't really creating real clear-cut chances because I mean, from all the shots that they had, it was really two on target. It's really two on target, and we Arsenal played didn't really play well, and we also had two shots on target. But on the balance of play, I would say that not Brentford, Brighton should have won that game. Brighton should have won that game. We had a couple chances, but it weren't really anything to talk about, and it wasn't sustained. The pressure that we put on Brighton wasn't sustained. I found that in many instances our touches were off. The team selection was perfect for me, at least for me. The team was perfect, but in many instances when you watch that game, Abbas touches off, Smith Odegaard touches off. It was just a horrible game in possession for Arsenal.
Mm, okay. All right. You're not wrong. When you look at the actual stats, man, they y'all went toe to toe. Towards that, they had 21 shots, but only two were on target. So feel like a man game all over again. Yeah, but they it was it was interesting because you can see they had when you look at their passes, they nearly had
I
nearly 500 passes in the game. They moved the ball around. Their pass accuracy was high. They dominated in possession. I mean, are we taking? Are we? I mentioned this last week, but I mean, again, they keep playing. They played another game, and the stats suggested that they would at least attempt to keep a clean sheet. They did keep the clean sheet. Are we taking Brighton for granted? Really, they're playing some excellent ball. Or again, like Moy said, the Brentford.
look.
It's
I
just a
honestly,
matter of time before they drop off.
I'm no. I think as I always say, I think they Graham Potter is an excellent coach, and I think that
Mhm.
he is a difference. So as long as they can keep that first 11 fit, I think they'll be in and around. But I think they will take points off of many teams. I'm looking at the comments. I'm seeing Jalil saying talking about the standards that drop, and O'Neill is saying Arsenal in the muddy they're glad for a point. But on the balance of play and the way how the season has started, I'd take that point. especially in light of the fact that I think in a couple of months we look back on this point and say it's a good point.
Yeah, yeah. To per that comment, this is what Jaleel said. Anytime me, as a United fan, say we gain a point against Brighton, just know they have a gun aim at me. Okay, all right.
But Josh, I believe
We
like
go ahead, big
Brighton
boss.
probably would create a lot of problems for visiting teams, especially the big teams. It's not a
Yeah.
place. It's looking like not an easy place to go to win
Mm, I
games,
agree. The
right?
stats says so. They don't
Yeah.
concede the goals at home.
Mhm.
They it's either we draw or we win. We're
Mhm.
not losing. And but they created those 21 shots though,
Yeah.
and it's amazing what they're doing right now and the kind of football he's playing. So I guess we can
Mhm.
say Graham Potter is an underrated manager, as you say, Suko.
Yeah, I think for that level of club, that caliber of club, I think
Hmm.
that suits him or suits his style very well.
Really?
There are just certain classes of managers that they would just manage those types of clubs best. And he looks like that
Mm.
for the last couple of seasons.
Who was the guy that was coaching Bournemouth again? What's his name? His name slips me.
Um,
Eddie Howe.
um,
Eddie Howe.
Howe,
Eddie Howe.
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
He's Graham Potter, another Eddie Howe. Everybody was saying the same thing about Eddie Howe and Bournemouth was on their little
Hmm.
run. And
Yeah.
then now I don't think Eddie Howe even working now.
Yeah, he doesn't have a
So
job.
I mean,
Yeah.
think about it then.
Hmm.
Could Eddie Howe could is Eddie Howe is Graham Potter, are they good enough to manage a bigger club?
I, for me, I thought that Eddie Howe. We I think we liked his bravery. Or many people liked his bravery. He
Hmm.
wanted Bournemouth to play football. I don't know if tactically he is as astute
Hmm.
as Graham Potter. I
Okay.
think Graham Potter, the way how he has Brighton set up, I think he can translate that. Now it doesn't always
Hmm.
work,
Yeah.
as we saw with David Moyes. It
Moyes
doesn't
and
always
West
work.
Ham. Yeah.
And right, and so then now
Everton.
he goes back to West Ham with just no pressure, and
Hmm.
it's working for him.
Hmm.
So, but when I look at Graham Potter and Brighton, the way how he has Brighton playing over these past maybe two seasons, they have been getting better, and he is slowly
Yeah.
imprinting a style upon them that I think is being carried out.
Mm. So like people like Nuno, who was at Wolves, and they
Hmm.
got the Tottenham move. That was considered a upgrade, promotion. And we still yet to see for Nuno, what he would
Hmm.
do with that Tottenham squad. But there was a statement made that a lot of those little English managers don't get the chance with the big clubs. When you actually look at it, is it true? Our thoughts on that. Never get the shot. So like the situation
Mm,
with Ollie Enso, Ollie would not have gotten that United job had he not
Hmm.
scored that 99 goal in the Champions League.
Yeah,
Think
they're more
about it.
tending to go for the bigger managers, who tend to be foreigners, um,
Mm,
out there. So the only the only clubs then for
mm,
younger English manager is a mid-table club.
mm-hmm,
You know.
mm-hmm. Like would Arteta have gotten that job, Shaq, had he not played for Arsenal? Okay, Shaq is gone. Looks like he's gone. Okay, what you say, Memphis? You think you would have gotten the job had he not played for Arsenal?
Um, I don't think they were looking at anybody else of higher caliber when they were looking for a manager. So I do believe that he would have gotten the job still.
what makes
Mm,
you say we weren't looking for anybody?
No,
Because
at the
I,
time when y'all were looking at a manager, I think I don't think the options at the time were up there like that. The people who y'all were looking at the time.
yeah, I mean, for me, I think we were looking at that type of manager, that age, somebody to start the process with. So I think that's what it is. I
Mhm.
think that's why Arteta got the job.
yeah, Lee here
Yeah.
says Frank Lampard ruined it for everybody. Suko, if it was left up to you, I mean, I know you won the Champions League with Tuchel. Do you think
Mhm.
that Frank Lampard should have gotten more time?
I I was one that I mean, I I could see why they wanted move on from him, as in
Mm.
because of the results and so on and so forth. And then his inexperience was showing a bit, having to deal with, you know, not experience enough probably to I'd say the transfers, because you have to have that is experienced when you're dealing with transfers, and then knowing how to use those big transfers, at least get them integrated into the squad. I was one as more or less pleased to give him a little more time, because I've been a big fan of him as a player,
So
and
was
I
I.
thought as a coach he would have gotten a little more time. But I mean, I could have seen from both ways, that they wanted to move on quickly because, um, I mean, you see the results of Brain Tuchel quickly. He won the Champions League within what a few months or so.
Mm.
So I mean, at the end of the day, it was. Would you say it was a little bit of a risk? Well, I'll say. I mean, Tuchel is a caliber manager. He's a top class manager. So they probably took the move at the right time. It paid
Hmm.
off in a few months later.
Yeah,
The only
it seems like it
It looks
did.
complaint.
It
like
continued to
Yeah.
pay off.
because of how the situation has turned out.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, and my opinion on that too is that there have been successful managers who've gone to these big clubs and not done as well.
Yeah, right.
So it can't always be about
Yeah.
I've won before and experience.
Hmm.
Sometimes the right person, the right time with the right team. But I would love to see a
Hmm.
Graham Potter get a shot man with a bigger squad, but it
Hmm.
seems like he never will. And then I'm wondering how long is it sustainable? Look, people like Sean Dyche, so what he's done at Burnley, he never win nothing, but they never go down, and they have a
Right.
budget that's it's not very progressive. So you
Hmm.
make you wonder, could Sean Dyche over here go to a different team, use his style of football, and win, and win?
Hmm.
Because even Pep said it. Pep said, nobody win without spending money. Nobody
Yeah.
win without spending money. So Alex spend money every year. So I mean,
Hmm.
give if you give put it this. Me ask a question. I'm curious to Joe. If you give Sean Dyche 300 million right now, can he make top five?
For me, no.
Mm,
You have some managers
okay.
that are just some
Hmm.
managers are just I don't know. You have some managers that you will look at and you watch them and their team performances and so on, and you'll say to
Hmm.
yourself, "Boy, if this man got some investment and if he got a better team and a bigger club, that he would do
Hmm.
better." But then when they're given the opportunity, they don't. They just suck. You have top table managers, and then you have mid table and relegation scrap type managers. And I don't think Sean Dyche would make it. I don't even think
Hmm.
he'd make top 10, to be honest. Maybe
Mm.
that's a little disrespectful, but he would even
Hmm.
if he did make top 10, it would be a
There
close
was
call.
there was this one
In
season, Joe. Yeah, there
hmm.
was this one season, Joe, where I think Burnley finished in the top half of the table.
Hmm.
Yeah, there was. I
It's kind
remember
of
that.
coincidental.
Yeah, that's a one-off thing.
Okay.
Josh, I was going to ask, right? Do you think if Bielsa, for example, was given that amount of money, do you think he could have done something with Leeds?
I think so. I think
I
he's an
I think
excellent
so.
coach. you know. But I think that maybe could be possible. I'm Joe. I respect your opinion. We all entitled to opinions here. But I was wondering, could we be judging Sean Dyche because of his style of football? Because we personally don't like that style. Why we don't think it'd be successful? Because isn't this about the results game business? That if you give him Neymar and Mbappe and Verratti and Van Dijk, the Sean Dyche with his current tactics still we down is scrapping for relegation. Or I mean, what do you think, Moy?
I mean, not necessarily giving a manager big players mean they can win because we have seen managers go to the other teams that we say anybody can win the league with this type of team and they go and they haven't performed.
Hashtag
Even self
true.
we looking at, even self PSG is at the top of the league at the moment. We're expecting Pochettino to be dominating this league over there, but if you look at the
Hmm.
last game, they haven't even played that well. So it's just a comparison.
Mm,
Mhm.
interesting. All right. Now
Josh,
let's get to the
I
feature.
wanted to ask
Go
you,
ahead,
sorry.
boss. Go ahead, man.
Um, I know I missed the first few minutes, but what is your position, Oli, right now
My
on
position on
Oli?
Oli.
Yeah. Hmm.
I think he doesn't know his best team. I think he's still trying to figure it out. And at Man United, you don't get that kind of time. You
Hmm.
have to, you got to bring the results, even if you're trying to figure stuff out. So he doesn't know what the best front three to do. It's
Hmm.
gonna get even harder when Rashford come back, which is he's so near.
Hmm.
He doesn't know
Hmm.
what his best midfield is. I think he
Hmm.
pretty much understands the defense and of course the keeper. But I think that's the issue, and the team is not playing fluid football as a result,
Right.
and
I
it's
wouldn't say
affecting
that.
our results.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't
but
say the
You
team
know,
isn't playing fluid football because they're still taking a lot of shots, creating a lot of chances. They're just not
Hmm.
finishing them. And then at the back, you have defensive
Good.
mistakes.
Hmm.
I agree with you that when I say fluid, I would say the fact that if you're having 21 shots, but then you have like three on target, then something wrong with that. You know,
Hmm.
I mean, something
How?
seriously wrong with that. That's like
How?
basically Brighton versus Arsenal. You're
Hmm.
creating situations, but not really finishing them. Or like when you look at what happened on that game with what's his name, Greenwood and Bruno. When Greenwood feels that he can take that shot because I've always done it, but then still squaring it to Bruno, that goes back to the training ground. You know,
yep.
Hmm.
so I mean,
Yeah, but then
you,
That Brighton game is a perfect example because I was looking at it and I remember after the first half, I was looking at it and they had already taken like maybe what was it 7 or 9 shots, but then you check the stat, they went on target. And I'll say it just makes you look at it completely different. So like, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
everything looks good, but then when you really check the stats and check it out, none of them were on target
Hmm.
yeah.
because Brighton got their first shot on target in the second half, even after that dominant first half.
Hmm. And
Mm-hmm.
Josh, how long is Maguire out for?
Ooh, well,
Hopefully, the
Memphis is
rest of the
hopefully
season.
forever. I knew
Yeah.
he was gonna say that. I knew he was gonna say that. But hopefully he should be back soon. He won't be out for the rest of
But
the
I mean,
season.
look, okay, since we are on the
There's a timeline.
Man United, let me just ask a question here. I mean, we're going on an international break. So what do you
Hmm.
think was the reason behind him putting Ronaldo on the bench and
I
Sancho?
think it's I think it's down to. I mean, he put up a completely different, not a completely different, but a different front three. And
Hmm.
with Martial starting, nobody expected that. And Cavani, I think he was just trying to freshen it up. I think Ollie's thinking to himself, I got all these attacking players, all of them are great, all of them can score goals. Whether I
Mm-hmm.
put on Martial or Sancho or later on Greenwood or Rashford, it don't matter. You know, at that, he can figure to himself, I can use pace, getting behind there, and I think that's what he's trying to do. What do you think, Memphis?
I'd say the front three that played is more suited to playing Everton.
Okay, all right,
And they also have better records versus Everton.
okay, all right. That's
Now,
that.
Shaq, as you say,
But you
it makes sense because I forgot that there was an international break. So I would have thought that probably if he should have started, probably give him 60 minutes because I know he had just played the midweek game, right, the
Mm-hmm.
right.
Champions League. I thought he would have probably started at about 60. Maybe you're hoping maybe by then you have the lead.
You
Maybe
have the
60,
lead and
you
take them off.
you can give
Yeah.
his legs a rest because he's not young. I mean, we all know that, right? But then to come on as a sub, mm,
Yeah, I agree with what you said earlier, man. I thought they
mm,
played pretty okay. It's just they get into those final third moments, and this is why I said I'm wondering about the fluidity of the team, which begs the point whether they need more time, to figure that out. And he doesn't have that time because he's Man United. Because then they get into that final third, and everybody's still saying pass here, go there. That doesn't happen in the City team. Everybody already know what they're doing,
It's,
and
it's
I
just
just
like PSG.
I
PSG started Neymar,
perfect.
Mbappe, Messi, and still lost 2-0.
Perfect
yeah,
example. Perfect.
yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah,
Saw the
because
highlights of that game, and I think
their
Joe, you made
midfield
this
is
point too.
terrible.
It's like they don't know what they're doing when they get into the final third.
Hmm.
Something
Yeah,
is
because
going on
they'll
there.
be
That
spread. The football will be playing. They'll be spread perfectly. The minute it gets into the box, Neymar, Messi,
yeah,
Mbappe all in the same space. Like
yeah,
no coaching go on. Like we didn't do this in
I
training.
wouldn't say it's coaching. They're just not
Mhm.
accustomed to it yet.
Yeah, because that's the
Yeah.
same thing, Josh. I'm saying, okay, Ronaldo goes to United, and now you have to kind of, okay, the game has to go either you suit you center it around him, or I mean, with him coming in now,
Yeah.
it changes. Messi has gone to PSG now. It's the same thing. As
Changes.
I say, we, it's always something a little bit of giving them some time, to work it out, because clearly the chemistry is not kicking off immediately when these guys
And
make
it
these
will.
kinds of
I
moves.
think it will. I think you just need
Mhm.
again
Yeah.
because they're the greats. They expect it now, and they're gonna score goals. But the team just
Mhm.
not clicking yet. It's down to
Yeah.
Patch and Ali to figure it out. They don't have much of a choice to figure it out, but they do. They do got to do it pretty soon.
Hmm.
Let's transition into that the feature game of the weekend.
Hmm.
Probably not probably actually probably if I could say the best game of the season so far. That 2-2 game between
Hmm.
Liverpool and Man City is a pretty
Yeah.
good first half, but then he just kicked up a notch, boy, and then he just got
Hmm.
higher and
Yeah.
higher and higher, and even the
Hmm.
ending was pretty amazing. But before we
So
get
some
into the
good
meat of
entrance.
it, yeah, before we get into the meat of
Hmm.
things, I have a simple question for the team, for everyone actually.
Hmm.
Who so far, when you look at, I saw a graphic recently, I think Moy put it in the personal chat for Ireland fans about how many points have been gotten by teams since 2018. And when you
Yeah.
look at Man City and you look at Liverpool, I think there was a difference of 1 point
Separated by
between the two of them.
1 point. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
one.
Hmm.
So then, since Klopp and Pep have been the managers during that time, who
Hmm.
would you say has done more for their club? Who has done more for their club since arrival? Klopp or Pep?
I'd
Um,
say Klopp because
yeah.
City was already a title challenging team. When Klopp came, Liverpool were a mid-table team.
That's right.
Agreed.
Hmm.
Everybody agree? So Klopp did
Yeah,
more.
I agree.
I'd
Yeah,
say
club.
Klopp, man, because
Mhm.
Klopp met the team
Hmm.
further down, brought them up. He came and he told them, "Give me," what he said, "Give him 3 years. Give me
Hmm.
5.
3 years or 5 years to get things together, and I'll bring a championship." Not only did he bring a championship, he brought a
Hmm.
championship. He brought a Champions League.
Same
He
season.
he broke a bag of records. I
Hmm.
mean, I don't know. We have to put so definitely. Honestly speaking, right now in football, if we're doing a comparison of Pep and Klopp, I think the only thing that separates them as managers is accolades.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Jaleesa's Guardiola for me. God has done more.
Who was
Considering the fact that maybe Man
mhm,
City's greatest hits in their history have been under Pep.
mhm,
Liverpool
True.
had the 90s. You know,
mhm,
Liverpool were always a big club with a
mhm,
host of trophies. Man City don't have
mhm,
that same history.
mhm.
Wouldn't you say that Pep has put City on the map?
I wouldn't say he put
Hmm.
them on the map. They
Yeah.
were kind of already on the map by the time he
Yeah.
got there. That's kind of why he
You
went
think
there. He
so?
wouldn't have gone. He wouldn't have gone
He
there if they weren't on the
No,
map.
who was the
Memphis.
coach
I
before Pep?
think they were like.
Pellegrini?
I think
Was it
What?
Pellegrini? Who was
Yeah,
the coach
Pellegrini.
before? Right, and then
Pellegrini.
Pellegrini won
The
the
league.
league title,
Really?
right?
The league
Yeah.
title, yeah.
Hmm.
Mhm.
They were kind of already
for
on the
me,
map. If they weren't on
for
the
Yeah.
me,
map, Pep
Memphis.
wouldn't have gone there.
It was like they were like Antigua on the map at that
Wow.
before Pep came.
That you
After
Wow.
exist,
no
but
Pep,
you don't really exist.
right? No Pep is there now. They looking like from the Jamaica.
Antigua and the
Okay.
map. I wouldn't say that. That's a bit because we talking about at that point when Pep came in, City was already a team that fans had already grown accustomed to being a title contender. It wasn't like a surprise City anymore. For example, you would say City were a dot when Mancini was there. But when Pep came in, you already had a certain expectation of Manchester City. They were already spending money.
Right?
So,
They were.
you already
I think. Go
you
ahead, Joe.
already
Sorry.
saw them as a team that was pushing forward to be a big team. They were already winning the title and everything. Pep came in,
Right.
okay, he broke a ton of records. like Jalil said, he dominated England, but I mean he's basically accomplished also the same things that the managers before him accomplished. He hasn't won the champion. He still hasn't won the Champions League, just like none of them have.
right? But I don't think any of the any of those other managers
Mhm.
won consistently. So that's why I say they're like that dot on the map. I mean, maybe Joe they had the template to become that,
Hmm.
but it's just like Oli with Man United. They have
Mhm.
the ingredients, but they just never really made it. I think
Hmm.
Pep came in, and we see it in the Carabao Cup. I mean, call it a jokey cup, but they win it every year. They
Mhm.
challenge, they win the Premier League most times, and if they're not winning it, they're challenging it. I think the last couple of years they've been to semi-finals of the Champions League, quarter-finals of the Champions League. So they've been in around these big competitions. I don't think they were that before Pep.
Finals.
Hmm.
Yeah, good
Yeah, but the
solid
thing
point.
is, you're saying they were had the ingredients. When Klopp went to Liverpool, they weren't even in the store.
Right.
You're right.
Yeah, but
They
I
were no.
mean,
I know. I
go ahead, go
agree.
ahead.
I agree that Klopp has done more. I was just making a case for Pep.
Hmm.
Who was coaching when Gerard slipped?
Brendan Rodgers.
Rodgers.
So, so
Is
Rogers,
what?
that
yeah.
year,
Oh yeah,
that
yeah,
year
yeah.
they
Yeah.
weren't that year they weren't a good team.
Yeah, but that was a
They nearly
once in
won
a
it the other year.
once in a blue moon kind of thing.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
facts.
Okay,
They were a good team. They had Suarez and some, and they were a good
Didn't they
team.
finish seventh the next year?
probably.
Ugly.
I don't know the stats.
Yeah, probably.
I
That's
don't know the
when they
stats
brought
about that.
in Balotelli, innit?
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm, mm. Okay. Should Milner guys have been sent off? Should Milner have been sent off?
Yes.
Wait, clarify that. As two yellows or for that first challenge on Foden.
You tell me. You tell me. What you think should have gotten a yellow? What should
Yeah,
have gotten a red?
two yellows equal red, but not the first
Mm.
offense there where they're saying that it's not a penalty or it's outside of the box because I think Matip
Hmm.
was coming right there.
Two yellows. What do you guys think? Any straight reds there or two yellows?
Two yellows.
Two yellows, two yellows. I was shocked when he didn't get that second yellow.
So
Because I
what
was looking at
happened?
it and I was saying, boy, look how Milner with the man in the game. And then I see
Wow.
nothing. I was like, wait, what? I was
I
like,
think he got
okay.
away. I think the ref thought it was Henderson. I don't think so.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. But then
Or he blew the foul
that's why you
before.
have VAR.
No, but I think no, VAR doesn't do yellow cards.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It'd
okay.
have to be a
Yeah.
straight red.
That's straight. Yeah, yeah, okay. But yeah, I
And for
thought
the
he
crowd.
should have been sent off. But you know, it is what even Pep, Klopp said so because I was listening to his interview after the game, and he said he didn't see the challenge. He just saw Pep's reaction, and then when he looked up and he looked at Milner, Milner was basically like looking at him, shaking his head, basically telling him, "Yeah, I'm going to be sent off."
Hmm.
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay, on the day, guys, on the day. Yeah, the game drew 2-2. But who was the better team overall, in your opinion? To start Moy, the obvious one.
More quiet, no one.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because I
Let's
was
start with
listening
Moy.
to I was listening to the nonsense y'all was saying first and decided to behave myself. But,
Thank you for holding back.
yeah, City deserved to win the game on the day. And I really think the amount of chances we got in the first half, I think if it was any other team playing against Liverpool would have easily been 3-0 down. But
But Moy,
City,
you only had three
huh?
shots on target. You only had three shots on target.
Folks.
They had four.
Who had four? Liverpool only had like one
Liverpool.
shot in the first half.
Overall, I'm saying that you had 12 shots, three on target. And you
Yeah,
still think that you deserve to win.
yeah, because my team was way dominant than them.
Okay.
Plus,
All right.
the referee was clearly on their team that day also, as usual.
As usual. Okay. Alrighty then.
Can I,
Let me know.
Josh? Can I Go ahead. Go
Good
ahead.
shot. Good shot.
I I just really want to put a work in here for Salah. It's been it's maybe 2 weeks now. I've been wanting to heap some praise on Salah because I don't think he's getting enough of it. If
I
I think
agree.
you said earlier, or you described his goal as Messi-esque. If Messi or
Messi,
Ronaldo
yes.
had done that, the world would be going crazy right now. Over the
Yes,
past maybe
Klopp actually
three,
said that.
4 seasons,
Hmm.
3, 4 seasons, I think that Salah's been so consistent. And I think he
Hmm.
recently scored 100 goals in the Premier League. I think he was the
Hmm.
fifth fastest person to do that. And those who are in front of him, let me just list them: Alan Shearer, Harry Kane, Sergio Aguero, and Thierry Henry. To be mentioned
Wow.
with those kind of names already is an accomplishment. To be
Hmm.
mentioned with those kind of names already is an accomplishment. And look at Salah, he's coming from a wide position. All these other names are strikers, out and
Central.
out strikers,
Yeah. Hmm.
central strikers. So I don't think that I think people right now, and I hope O'Neill and Jaleel is still here because I know the other day they were giving Salah some stick. But look at it. I think Salah
Hmm.
should be, of course, we know Messi and Ronaldo, the goat. I think
Hmm.
when you take a step down from that, the Lewandowski's, I think you put Salah there.
Yeah.
So guys, is he the
I
best
think
player in the world then? Is he the best player in the world right now?
currently, currently,
What?
Yeah,
you're speaking
yeah,
of
best player in
currently
Europe.
on current form.
So wait, Lewandowski don't have like 13 goals. Why do we keep disrespecting this man?
Okay. Okay. Joe, what do you think?
No,
And Benzema, like,
I'm
Joe,
not
you're
gonna say
muted.
best player in the world, but what I will say
Mhm.
right now,
Who? No,
currently,
no, no. Answer the question then,
Salah,
Joe. Who's
Salah is the
better
best.
than
Salah
Salah?
is the best winger in the
yeah,
world
we can say winger.
Who?
right
Like,
now.
I'll
It,
accept that.
no. Oh boy, yeah. Come on, man. You're so scared, man. Talk to me,
That's
guys.
So
scary.
he's not the best
Tell
player
me
in
straight
Europe.
up.
I want to say he's the best player
No.
now.
No, I mean even Memphis
No,
Who's better
Depay.
than him?
I
Who's
mean
better than Salah?
Lewandowski is better than Salah.
currently we're
Based on
talking
what?
about.
Benzema is better than Salah.
Currently, yeah, see Benzema stats.
Well, even so too, Benzema leading La Liga in goals and assists.
Mm.
So that makes
Okay,
that
no, but then
Right.
no, we're
we're
gonna ask.
talking about.
Are we gonna talk
That's
about
what
the league?
that's
No.
that's
Look,
exactly
I
why
don't
I
want to hear
said
nothing from
Yup.
about no league
that's
from y'all.
Yup.
exactly why
I don't
I
want to hear
said
nothing about no
Yup.
league
that
from y'all.
he's the best winger in football today. Right now, Salah is the best winger in the world. But as an overall player, for me personally, personally, I wouldn't give it to him overall.
But guys, is he a
Agreed.
winger? Is he a winger really? Yes, on paper he's a winger, but Klopp's system is just three guys up there that scored a goal, and even the guy in the middle is not even really a pure striker. So I
Hmm.
mean, at the end of the day, thank you, Jaleel. A
And
strike no matter strike. Go on, like if I try to put him in a bracket, y'all want to offend other people. The
I don't
Yeah,
man,
think
but
offending other
even as
people.
a striker,
I
he's
mean,
still not better than them.
based on what?
that's true.
What do you mean
Based
based
on
on
what?
what?
Based on what?
Y'all only rebuttal
Bayern,
is league. That's the only rebuttal y'all have, league.
Bayern just get blow from somebody this weekend. Bayern
Okay,
just get blow from somebody this weekend. Liverpool are at the top, but they're nearly at the top of the Premier League, basically. And
okay.
Salah has consistently contributed in all of that for this season so far. So looking right now at current form, you're saying the Lewandowski is still better
Lewandowski and Benzema.
And
and
Benzema.
Benzema.
If we're talking about current
mm,
form, and like that man say,
Mm.
you can throw Haaland in the mix too.
mhm.
Even Vinicius stats look great.
Okay,
Okay, but
all
then
right, all right.
generally what I'm saying. Okay, so would you guys say that Salah is underrated though? Wouldn't you agree?
No,
Yeah, that's a good question.
No,
No.
Memphis.
he's underrated. He still gets his praise, but we're not going to overrate him.
He's okay.
Nah,
Overrate him.
I,
I wouldn't say.
I think that
2 seasons ago, I would say so. But right now, I wouldn't say Salah is underrated anymore. You hear Salah, there's an
Mhm.
expectation. You hear Salah, you
I
think.
still
So for me, I wouldn't say he's underrated anymore.
I still think you hear about Neymar and so more than Salah.
When last you hear
True.
about Neymar? Other than the other day when City played PSG. That's the last time I heard about Neymar. And that was
Yes.
because of the commentator.
Mm.
Mm, okay. All right. Well,
Suko,
what
it
you
sound
think?
like
What you
it's
think,
stressed
Suka?
out.
Now I was trying to say, okay, let us look at Real Madrid. Okay, I'm looking at Real Madrid, and Liverpool as it stands right now, right? To me, I mean, since Ronaldo has left Madrid, it was Benzema. Everything was Benzema. Now, who really does Benzema have around him? That's world class. I mean, apart from Hazard, that's been half and half.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I
True.
can
Cool.
understand how people are saying bigging up Benzema
Madrid.
because yeah, but okay, let us say guys who can be like maybe uh, like an alternative scorer or like an alternative striker, for
Oh,
example. I'm just
good.
saying. You see,
Okay.
like Salah's money, right?
Mm-hmm. And he
And
has Jota.
Does he?
He has
yes,
Fabinho.
He
exactly.
does he?
But Benzema doesn't. I mean, the guys around Benzema are still kind of okay. Like Vinicius still coming in, and then
Mm-hmm.
Hazard. We've never seen the best of Hazard since he left Chelsea. That's it.
Wow.
Yep.
So I'm just
Hmm.
saying, you know.
Okay. All right. All right. Benzema carry the team. Yeah,
Yeah,
but we
he
can't
carried
underrate
Madrid to
what
seven.
Well, he didn't carry them on the weekend either. Then Real Madrid lose
Of
too.
course not.
So
Yeah, they lost.
He
Yeah,
score?
anyway,
Yeah, but if we're
especially.
talking about underrated, I still think that Benzema is underrated. To
Facts.
this
Because look
game
at
that
this
man
Yeah,
discussion that just
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
for
No,
ages
no, no,
now,
no, no, no. I
Benzema
wasn't
has been
underrating him.
mm,
Benzema is one of when you talk about consistency, this man has been
mm,
consistent throughout his
yeah,
career. And play a man, you'll have a player that comes in and has one crazy season and gets
mm,
more praise than this man has gotten for his entire career.
yeah.
Need to put some respect
fair
on Big
enough.
But
Benzema.
the
Ever
thing is,
since
no,
Fair
ever
enough.
Yeah,
since
you need
Ronaldo
to
left,
I
have the
think
basically.
we were
time to.
highlighting his greatness on Friday. On
Hmm.
Friday, I think we were doing that.
Mm.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We were talking about his greatness. I think when you're next to Ronaldo all those years, it's kind of hard to
Yeah.
shine
Mm.
brighter than him. So
What?
that plays a role in it too. Right,
Oh, what is this
Foden is
comment?
underrated.
Oh, he's
Okay,
underrated.
all right.
Good take.
We're trying to
um,
trigger more. Why not take no trigger time?
tell you, boy. Some people thought that his FIFA rating was a bit high. You know, it's
Yo,
84.
Yo,
Foden is
Joe.
broken now in the ultimate team.
Talk to me.
Mm.
Oh, Mr.
Oh,
Slicer, yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Slicer is back for our
Yo,
friend Joe.
no,
It's
you
still
can't say Odegaard
trash.
is trash. If you want to say Odegaard had a bad game last game, I'm with you, Mr. Slicer. But Odegaard being trash, nah, can't agree with you with that.
Mo, I have a question for you. Since you're quiet for the whole night. Now that City have Kevin Bruyne back, you have Foden. You can get Gundogan. Probably comes back after the international break. You have almost your full team and your full bench back. You have the next maybe 3 or 4 good fixtures in the how how I'd say it, winnable fixtures in the Premier League. How you see City going on forward from there? What's your prediction
Uh,
for next 4 weeks?
I saw this. I saw the couple games that we had coming up after the international break. As you said, it's favorable fixtures. I would count us to win the game. I'm to win to go on a run and win a game. Um, I don't know. I know City tends to have a really off game where we get a couple bunch of shots on goal and never capitalize and we lose those games. There's still one of that to come. I would say to be India, but I think the ones upcoming is favorable fixtures to us and try to get a little run and stick to the top. Keep the title race going India.
Because I think Liverpool has like every other game is a big game for Liverpool. Like I mean, not big game, but like they have some in between fixtures that are not straightforward. I think like they have Watford, like it's every other game for them, and then Manu has about like
A ton of
three or
tough
four.
Yo,
games.
it's
Yeah,
all big
Yeah,
games. It's all big games.
yeah. Then
all
Chelsea
big
just
games
have
for
a run of
United.
some easier games as well. So it's you're looking at
Mm.
between Chelsea and City um
Yeah, they're gonna pull
on the
away.
front.
So you
So
think Suka they're gonna pull away? Chelsea and City gonna pull away. It's tight now, but they're gonna pull away.
Yeah, it looks like that for the next couple of weeks, but I mean, it's again, it's all played on the day. Let's see,
It's
because we
all
have
played in there, and
Brentford
they
coming
play.
back after the international break, and they're very difficult right now, and it's a
No
way
man say, okay, and the boys.
yeah.
Oh boy.
So
Yep.
let's see.
It's gonna be interesting because United could end up losing all their games.
Or
And
end
then
up
City and
winning all the
Chelsea,
games. Like, come on.
they could. and City could end up winning all their games. It'd be interesting if they drop points in each one, boy. But we'll see. And Brighton, like, they want to take points out of everybody, so
Mhm.
we'll see how that goes. One last thing. Joe, I mentioned it earlier, but you're here. So for the sake of the fans, as we closed, man, you broke into the 20s, man. You finally came out to the 30s. Well done, man. Appreciate it, bro. So just want to big ups to you as well. Sukwa, we gotta do some things different, man.
Boy,
Man gets away from us, man.
yep.
Wow.
Dude, 40 points ahead.
Your head,
We
yeah.
can't have that. We can't have
Oh,
that.
simply
So
because he's a grammarian.
because he's a
Grammarian.
Grammy. It's like that. It's like that.
Yeah,
It's like
worry
that.
now, worry now. His time won't come now. His time. Yo, listen, I was going through the league, right? And I saw a man that had 12-point game week, and I was like, wow.
Yo,
Yo,
that's
this because even for me,
That's-
I went up
Mhm.
a few spots. That's just to show you
Yeah.
how bad of a game week this was. Because I think I had like 30
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah.
it was a real bad game
It
week.
was a rough week. I had like three
Yeah.
people that had like 2 points, 2 points.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
rough. It was rough.
And
It was rough.
where I went wrong was, here's the crazy thing now. So on game day, I made Ronaldo my captain and took it away from Salah. Bro, listen.
yo,
And
that's
Salah got
that.
an assist. Salah got
That
an
must have
assist.
hurt you when you should have had to
goal.
start, boy.
Bro, Salah got an assist, a goal, man of the match, played 90 minutes. Fam, I would have probably been in maybe like 18th right now.
Yeah. And maybe we Suka would have closed the gap there with Chilwell, man.
Definitely.
But we both picked the same captain. Picked the wrong captain.
Yeah, I went for Antonio, ain't it?
Yep.
We did go for Antonio.
Okay.
Went for Antonio.
Okay.
Hey, it was a good
Antonio's
pick.
gonna be Antonio's gonna be
wasn't bad, yeah.
DCL from last season. DCL
Interesting.
start off score what?
Mhm.
8 goals in 8 games. Then
Yeah, but he does it every
Wrong.
season. No, him and Maxi, Saint Maximin do this thing every season. They start off hot, so these are the kind of players you want to put in early. But then
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
around
you
mid,
do.
when they start phasing out, then you got to move on to
yeah,
Tired
around,
man.
around mid-season they disappear,
Yeah.
and then close to the end of the season, especially Antonio.
yeah,
picks
he
back
just
up
catch some
again.
form. Yeah.
Yeah, every season he does the same thing.
Yep, then because of them a relegation time, you have to start score goal, So do what you have to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to thank everybody tonight. We're gonna close it out tonight, and we'll see how it is. As I said, so it's gonna be international break, so it'll be a completely different lineup for us here in Ireland fans. But all in all sense, we will still have great content. And I'm still Brighton FC all the way. I might just buy a jersey, so I'm rooting for them. All right, because I love the way they're playing right now, man. I love that team, man. Graham Potter for president. So we see Julie here saying,
wow.
this year bad 17 goals, Memphis. That's still good for Everton.
No, I'm talking about at the
Yeah.
start. He started up. He scored
Yeah,
like
started
more
from
than
about-
half of
yeah.
those at the start and then disappeared.
And then faded, yeah.
So why
Because
does it have to be
see,
his fault? Why can't it be the team? The team,
It
wasn't-
is because his two, if you check it out, right, DCL scored like 9 goals in the beginning, like 9 quick goals. But then what happened? The two people who were supplying him the goals got injured in Luka Digne
James.
and James.
And James,
They both went
yeah.
out, and that was it.
Yep, gotta get that service.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, again, thanks everybody again. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And tell everybody about Ireland fans. And guys, thank you so much again for your great commentary. It's always a pleasure. And have a good evening.
Okay.
Thank you for watching Island Fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when there are new videos and updates. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and like us on Facebook. Island Fans. for the passion of the game.